Hey Sagittarius, I just pulled some cards for you and honestly, the energy around someone potentially returning to your life is really interesting. Let me share what came through because there are some genuine insights here that I think you need to hear. So the first card that appeared is the King of Swords, and right away I noticed something. This card is about clarity and truth, but in the context of someone returning, it represents a person who has been doing a lot of thinking. Like real thinking. This isn't someone who just randomly decides to come back. The King of Swords energy suggests they have been mentally processing everything that happened between you two. They have been analyzing the situation from every possible angle. You know how sometimes people leave, and they just move on without looking back. This is different. This person has been sitting with their thoughts, probably for quite a while now, trying to understand where things went wrong and what their role was in it all. The King of Swords also brings this energy of communication that is direct and honest. When this person considers returning, they are not going to come back with empty words or superficial apologies. They have reached a point where they understand they need to communicate clearly about what happened and what they want moving forward. There is this sense that they have gained some serious mental clarity about the connection you two shared. They might have been confused before, maybe they didn't know what they wanted or they were dealing with their own internal conflicts. But the King of Swords shows that all that mental fog is starting to clear. They are beginning to see the situation and see you with fresh eyes and a clearer mind. What really stands out about this card in your reading is that it represents someone who values intelligence and meaningful conversation. So if this person is thinking about returning, it is because they miss the mental connection you two had. They miss talking to you, sharing ideas with you, understanding your perspective on things. The King of Swords is not driven by purely emotional impulses. This is someone who thinks things through, sometimes maybe too much, but when they make a decision, it comes from a place of genuine understanding and clarity. The fact that this card appeared first tells me that their return, if it happens, will be preceded by a lot of internal work on their part. Now the second card I pulled is the Five of Pentacles, and this one adds such an important layer to the story. The Five of Pentacles traditionally shows hardship, feeling left out in the cold, experiencing some kind of loss or struggle. In the context of someone returning, this card is showing me that this person has been going through something difficult. They might be experiencing emotional emptiness, financial stress, or just a general sense that something important is missing from their life. And here's what is really significant about this card appearing in your reading. They are starting to realize that what they are missing is the connection they had with you. The Five of Pentacles shows two figures walking in the snow past a warm, lit church window. It is this imagery of being on the outside looking in at warmth and comfort that they once had access to but walked away from. This person might be realizing that when they left, or when the connection ended, they actually lost something valuable. They are feeling the absence of what you brought to their life. Maybe they thought they would be fine without you, or maybe they thought they would find something better. But the Five of Pentacles is showing that reality has been teaching them differently. They are experiencing what life is like without your presence, without your energy, without whatever it was you brought to the relationship. And it is not what they expected. There is also this element with the Five of Pentacles of pride and stubbornness. Sometimes people walk right past the help or comfort that is available to them because they are too proud to admit they need it. This person might have been in that energy for a while, trying to convince themselves they made the right choice in leaving or in whatever happened between you two. But circumstances have been humbling them. Life has been showing them that maybe they were wrong, maybe they took something precious for granted. The Five of Pentacles appearing here suggests that their potential return is connected to this realization that they actually need what you offered. Whether that was emotional support, stability, understanding, or just your unique presence in their life. The third card that came through is the High Priestess, and wow, this adds such a mystical and intuitive dimension to everything. The High Priestess is all about intuition, hidden knowledge, and the subconscious realm. In the context of someone returning, this card is telling me that there are deeper, almost spiritual forces at play here. This person might be receiving intuitive nudges or signs that are pointing them back toward you. You know how sometimes you just get this feeling about someone or something, and you cannot quite explain it logically. That is the High Priestess energy. They might be experiencing dreams about you, or they keep seeing things that remind them of you. or they just have this persistent inner knowing that they are supposed to reconnect with you. The High Priestess also represents secrets and things that are not yet visible on the surface. So while they might not have made any obvious moves toward returning yet, there is a lot happening beneath the surface. They might be processing feelings they have not shared with anyone, or they might be holding back from reaching out because they are still trying to understand what their intuition is telling them. This card suggests that their path back to you is being guided by something deeper than just logic or conscious decision-making. There is almost a fated quality to it, like the universe or their own soul is pulling them back in your direction even if they are resisting it consciously. What I find really beautiful about the High Priestess in your reading is that it also speaks to your intuition. If you have been sensing that this person might come back, if you have been having dreams, or just this knowing feeling, the High Priestess is validating that. Your intuition is picking up on the energetic shifts that are happening. Trust what you are sensing because the High Priestess does not lie. She is connected to deeper truths that exist beyond what we can see or prove. This card appearing tells me that there is a spiritual or karmic connection between you and this person that is not easily broken, and that connection is part of what might draw them back. Now the fourth card is the Eight of Cups, and this is where things get even more interesting. The Eight of Cups traditionally shows someone walking away from a situation, leaving behind cups that are stacked up, searching for something more meaningful. But in the context of someone returning to you, this card is actually showing me what they went through before they come back. This person walked away from you or the relationship, thinking they needed to find something different, something more, something that would make them happier or more fulfilled. The Eight of Cups represents that journey they went on, that search for whatever they thought was missing. But here is what the Eight of Cups is really revealing in your reading. That journey they went on, that search for something better or different, it has led them to some important realizations. The Eight of Cups is about spiritual and emotional growth that happens through leaving our comfort zone. This person had to go away, had to experience life without you, in order to truly understand what they had. It is like they needed to climb that mountain in the background of the card, to gain perspective and see things from a higher vantage point. And from that higher vantage point, they are looking back at what they left behind and seeing it differently. The Eight of Cups appearing in your reading suggests that their potential return is not just them coming back because they are lonely or because they did not find anyone else. It is deeper than that. They went on a genuine journey of self-discovery and emotional evolution, and through that journey, they gained clarity about what truly matters to them. They might have tried other relationships or other situations, but nothing felt quite right. Nothing filled that specific space that your connection filled. The Eight of Cups shows that they had to leave in order to grow, but that growth is actually what brings them back to you. Except this time with more awareness and appreciation. The fifth card I pulled is the Two of Wands, and this brings an energy about planning and future vision. The Two of Wands shows a figure holding a globe, looking out at the world, contemplating possibilities and making decisions about which direction to take. In the context of someone returning, this card is showing me that this person is actively in the planning stages of reconnecting with you. They are not just passively thinking about it anymore. They are starting to consider the practical steps of how they would reach out, what they would say, how they would approach the situation. The Two of Wands is about standing at a crossroads and having to make a choice about the future. This person is at that crossroads right now. They are weighing their options. Part of them might still have fear or uncertainty about reaching out, but another part of them is seriously considering taking that step. The globe in the card represents all the possibilities available to them, and they are realizing that what they really want includes you being part of their future picture. This is someone who is starting to create a vision for their life moving forward, and in that vision, they are seeing space for you again. What I really appreciate about the Two of Wands appearing here is that it shows active decision-making rather than just passive longing. This person is not just sitting around missing you in an abstract way. They are actually contemplating concrete steps toward reconnection. They might be thinking about when would be the right time to reach out, how you might react, what they would need to say or do to make things right. The Two of Wands brings this energy of courage and willingness to take a risk. Reaching out to someone after time has passed or after things ended requires courage. And this card suggests they are building up that courage. The sixth card that came through is Four of Pentacles, and this adds a really important dimension to understanding what has been holding this pair Sun back. The Four of Pentacles is about holding on tightly to what you have, fear of loss, and resistance to change. In the context of someone returning, this card is showing me that this person has been dealing with fear and control issues. They might have fear about being vulnerable again, fear about getting hurt, or fear about losing their independence or control over their life if they reconnect with you. The Four of Pentacles can also represent someone who is being very cautious and protective of their emotion. All resources. After whatever happened between you two, they might have closed themselves off emotionally. They built walls around their heart, determined not to get hurt again or not to let anyone get too close. This card shows that they have been in a defensive, protective mode for a while. But here's what is significant about this card appearing in your reading about their return. The Four of Pentacles energy is actually quite uncomfortable in the long run. Holding on too tightly, being too closed off, living in fear of loss. This eventually becomes exhausting and unfulfilling. So while the Four of Pentacles has been their energy for a period of time, keeping them stuck and unable to move forward or reconnect, that energy is starting to shift. The very fact that other cards in this reading are showing movement toward reconnection tells me that they are beginning to realize they cannot stay in this closed-off, fearful state forever. They are starting to recognize that the walls they built to protect themselves are actually preventing them from experiencing the connection and love they truly want. The Four of Pentacles appearing here is like a snapshot of what they have been going through emotionally, but it is not the final state. It is part of their journey toward opening up again. Now the seventh card is the Star, and oh my goodness, this is such a hopeful and healing energy. The Star appears after the Tower in the traditional tarot sequence, which means it comes after destruction and chaos, bringing hope, renewal, and healing. In the context of someone returning to you, the Star is showing me that this person is entering a phase of emotional healing and renewed hope. Whatever darkness or difficulty they were experiencing, whether that was the pain of separation, the struggles shown in the Five of Pentacles, or the fear shown in the Four of Pentacles, they are starting to see light again. The Star is about inspiration, optimism, and believing in possibilities again. This person might be feeling inspired to reach out to you because they are reconnecting with hope. They are starting to believe that maybe things could be different this time. Maybe there is a chance for healing and renewal in your connection. The Star brings this beautiful energy of authenticity and vulnerability too. The figure in the Star card is naked, pouring water into a pond and onto the land, completely open and unguarded. This suggests that when this person does return, there is potential for them to be more genuine and vulnerable than they were before. What really stands out about the Star in your reading is that it represents a spiritual awakening or renewal. This person might be experiencing a shift in their consciousness or their approach to relationships and life in general. They are seeing things from a higher perspective, similar to the Eight of Cups journey, but the Star adds this element of divine guidance and grace. They might feel like the universe is giving them a second chance, or they might be experiencing synchronicities that are pointing them back to you. The Star is one of the most positive cards in the entire deck when it comes to hope and healing. So having it appear in this reading about someone returning is really significant. The eighth card I pulled is Page of Pentacles, and this brings in fresh, new energy around practical matters and new beginnings in the material or physical realm. The Page of Pentacles is someone who is studious, practical, and ready to learn. In the context of someone returning, this card is showing me that this person is approaching the possibility of reconnecting with you with a student mindset. They are willing to learn from past mistakes. They are open to doing things differently this time. They recognize that if they want a different outcome, they need to bring a different energy and different actions. The Page of Pentacles is also about new opportunities in the physical world. So their return might involve practical gestures or tangible efforts to show you they are serious. This is not someone who is going to come back with just words. The Page of Pentacles energy wants to demonstrate commitment through actions, through showing up consistently, through making real efforts in the physical world. They might reach out with a thoughtful message, or they might try to create opportunities to see you in person. They understand that rebuilding trust and connection requires actual work and consistent follow-through, not just nice sentiments. What I find encouraging about the Page of Pentacles appearing here is that it shows a willingness to start fresh and build something solid from the ground up. This person is not expecting everything to go back to how it was instantly. They understand they are starting over in some ways, and they are willing to be patient and put in the groundwork. The Page energy is humble and earnest. There is no arrogance here, no assumption that they can just waltz back into your life. Instead, there is this recognition that they need to earn your trust and attention again through genuine effort and reliability. The ninth card that came through is Seven of Wands, and this adds an element of determination and fighting for what they want. The Seven of Wands shows a figure standing on higher ground, defending their position against challenges from below. In the context of someone returning to you, this card is showing me that this person is prepared to fight for another chance with you. They are ready to overcome whatever obstacles might be in the way of reconnecting. Whether those obstacles are internal fears, external circumstances, or even your potential resistance or hesitation. The Seven of Wands brings this warrior energy of not giving up easily. This person has made up their mind that you are worth fighting for, that the connection is worth trying to salvage or rebuild. They might have to fight against their own doubts and insecurities. They might have to overcome pride or ego that tells them not to reach out. They might even have to deal with other people in their life who question why they would try to reconnect with you. But the Seven of Wands shows that they are willing to stand their ground and pursue what they believe is right for them. What really stands out about this card in your reading is the courage and conviction it represents. The Seven of Wands does not show someone who is half-hearted or wishy-washy. This is someone who has decided that reconnecting with you is what they want, and they are prepared to be brave and persistent in pursuing that. They might face rejection or uncertainty, but they are ready to take that risk. The Seven of Wands suggests that when this person does make their move to return, it will come from a place of real determination and commitment, not just casual interest or momentary impulse. The 10th and final card in your reading is the Emperor, and wow, this is powerful energy to end on. The Emperor represents authority, structure, stability, and mature masculine energy regardless of gender. In the context of someone returning to you, the Emperor is showing me that this person is ready to step up and take responsibility. They are ready to be the leader in making things right and initiating reconnection, in creating a stable foundation for whatever comes next between you two. The Emperor has learned his lessons and is now ready to apply that wisdom. Unlike the more impulsive or scattered energy that might have characterized them before, the Emperor brings maturity, reliability, and the ability to commit. This person is reaching a point where they understand what it takes to maintain a healthy relationship or connection. They understand the importance of consistency, boundaries, healthy communication, and mutual respect. The Emperor sits on his throne with confidence, not because he is arrogant, but because he has done the inner work and knows his own worth and what he can offer. What the Emperor is really telling me in your reading is that this person's return will be marked by a more grounded, stable, and mature approach than whatever existed before. They are not coming back as the same person who left or the same person they were during your previous connection. The Emperor represents evolution and growth into someone who can handle relationship responsibilities better. They might be ready to have serious conversations about the future, ready to make concrete plans, ready to show up consistently in ways they could not or did not before. The Emperor appearing as your final card suggests that if this person does return and you choose to engage with that, there is potential for building something much more solid and enduring than what existed previously. The Emperor energy creates structures that last. This person is thinking long-term now, not just about momentary feelings or temporary connection. They are considering what it would take to create something sustainable with you. So Sagittarius, when I look at all 10 cards together in your reading, there is definitely energy around someone potentially returning to your life. The King of Swords shows they have been thinking clearly about everything. The Five of Pentacles shows they have experienced hardship and realized what they lost. The High Priestess reveals intuitive guidance pulling them toward you. The Eight of Cups shows the journey they needed to take to gain perspective. The Two of Wands indicates they are actively planning their approach. The Four of Pentacles showed the fear they have been working through. The Star brings hope and healing energy to the situation. The Page of Pentacles shows their willingness to start fresh with genuine effort. The Seven of Wands reveals their determination to fight for another chance. And the Emperor shows they are ready to step up with maturity and stability. The cards are indicating that this person's potential return is not random or superficial. They have been on a significant journey of growth and realization. Whether or not they actually reach out, and whether or not you would want them to, those are separate questions that only you can answer based on your own feelings and circumstances. But the energy is definitely there for a return that would be different from before, marked by more awareness, maturity, and genuine appreciation for what you bring to their life. I hope these insights were helpful for you, Sagittarius. Trust your own intuition about this situation, because the High Priestess in your reading tells me your inner knowing is very much activated around this person and this situation.